Okay, so let's dive in. We've got this collection of notes here, search
Mhm.
terms mostly,
Right.
and it's pretty clear your focus is college softball,
Mm.
specifically Texas, Texas Tech, and everything around the 2025 Women's College World Series.
Yeah, that's the big picture. So our goal today is really just to unpack all that, you're
Yeah,
saying.
exactly. Pull out the main things, the key insights from this material, and give you a quick rundown of what seems important based on these searches.
Absolutely. And what's really interesting right off the bat is how these specific searches, they kind of tell a very precise story about your interest.
Hmm.
I mean, sure, the 2025 Women's College World Series, the WCWS, the NCAA Softball World Series, that's obviously the main stage you're looking at.
But it narrows down fast, really fast.
Yeah.
The bulk of these terms, they point straight at one matchup, Texas versus Texas Tech softball.
Definitely. And it's not just a casual glance either.
No, there's this specific focus on Game 3 of that series that really jumps out.
It does. And the way you searched for scores shows that focus, too. It wasn't like generic softball scores.
Right?
It was straight to Texas versus Texas Tech score, WCWS scores, maybe filtered by that, and then even breaking it down to Texas Tech score and Texas softball score.
Yeah, and searching specifically for Game 3 scores,
Yeah.
that suggests you're looking at maybe a deciding game. You're really invested in how that rivalry ends up, especially when things get tense.
Exactly. That high stakes moment.
And it wasn't just the scores. The source material, these searches, they show you were digging into the logistics, too.
Mm-hmm. Schedules.
Yeah, looking up the overall softball World Series schedule, but then, like you said, drilling down Texas Tech softball schedule, trying to find the exact Texas Tech versus Texas softball game time.
And wanting it now, it seems.
Totally. Checking for Texas softball game today live, or looking for ESPN softball games today. It feels like you wanted to follow it as it was actually happening.
Right, actively tracking. And not just the games themselves, but the people involved. The players, the coaches.
Oh yeah, the rosters, Texas softball roster, Texas Tech softball roster, and interestingly, Oklahoma softball roster pops up quite a bit too. Shows you're looking at the personnel.
And specific names jump out from those searches. Tegan Cavan, Reese Atwood over at Texas, clearly important figures. Maybe a top pitcher and a hitter.
Could be. And Nigeri Kennedy, maybe seeing how she fits in or compares, and the coaches too. You've got Mike White for Texas, Demi Elder at Texas Tech, and the big one, Patty Gasso at Oklahoma.
Can't miss Patty Gasso. And the focus sharpens even more with searches like Texas Tech softball pitcher and Oklahoma softball pitcher. It really underlines how crucial pitching is in these games.
Definitely. Pitching duels are often the story.
What's also kind of revealing is the interest in the game's mechanics, especially for this tournament setting.
You mean the run rules stuff?
Exactly. Run rule in college softball, NCAA softball run rule, and even Women's College World Series run rule. That's not just idle curiosity.
No, it suggests you're thinking about maybe potential blowouts. Or just wanting to understand the rules when the pressure's on in the tournament. Like, how does a game end early?
Right. And tied to that is the simple question, how many innings in college softball? Just grounding yourself in the basics of game length under WCWS pressure.
It really paints a picture, doesn't it? Someone wanting to grasp every angle, the big schedule, the key players, right down to the rules that could decide a game quickly.
It does. And, like you mentioned with the rosters, those Oklahoma searches keep appearing. Texas Tech versus Oklahoma softball. OU softball.
Yeah, so Oklahoma's clearly relevant in your view. Maybe as a benchmark.
Mm.
Or a possible opponent down the line. Another rivalry, perhaps. It adds another layer.
Adds context. And we shouldn't forget the quick practical check on where is Texas Tech. Just a bit of geography mixed in with all the softball data.
Ah, right. Got to know where the action is. So, okay, let's pull these threads together. What's the core story these searches tell us about your deep dive here?
Well, it shows this really intense, almost granular focus on that Texas versus Texas Tech softball rivalry,
Mm-hmm.
but seen specifically through the high-pressure lens of the 2025 Women's College World Series. You're not just passively watching.
No, seems much more active.
Yeah, you're actively tracking results, looking ahead to key moments like that Game 3,
Yeah.
identifying the crucial players and coaches, and even understanding the specific rules, like the run rule, that shape how these big games can play out.
It's a really detailed snapshot of a major rivalry hitting its peak at the sport's biggest event.
That level of detail, the scores, players, coaches, even down to specific innings rules, it really says a lot about the passion there, the
Yeah,
intensity of the specific rivalry, and just college softball in general at that level.
it really does. Which kind of leaves us with a final thought, maybe for you, the listener.
Yeah, what is it about this particular rivalry, playing out on the huge stage of the College World Series that sparks such a detailed interest, enough to make you search not just who won, but how they won, who was doing it, and the very rules governing it all? What does that deep engagement tell us about the connection you feel to the sport and maybe to these teams specifically?